Hi, I want to talk to us a little bit about perspective. Perspective is something that we badly need in our daily lives. And I think sometimes we lose perspective when we start to major on minor things and we start to forget what really matters in life. I'll use the exact current right now, up to the minute example of myself. I'm an absolutely avid sports fan. As a South African national, I have two nationalities. I'm also British. But as a South African national, I'm absolutely manic about rugby and cricket. Those are the two very big sports in South Africa. And one of the first toys a boy is given, shortly after birth is his first rugby ball. And then shortly after that, a cricket set. And that's just how it works there. That's part of the culture. And so you become a very avid sports fan, football as well. But I think sometimes we've got to keep things in perspective. Now I'm presenting this video to you literally minutes after my South African national rugby team has just lost a game to Australia. We played very poorly. Australia played well. Credit to them. We were really bad. And in earlier days, I would have been absolutely incensed and absolutely raging about that and very angry and wanting to, I don't know, take my anger out maybe on some some gardening or something like that. I don't know. But and right now, as I do this video for you, the South African national cricket team is being annihilated by England. Now you might say, well, why am I not supporting England? Well, I do support England in rugby and cricket, except when they play against South Africa. That's just how it works, okay? But we got to keep things in perspective. It's a game. It's a game, and the emotions can run very high, but when the final whistle blows and you have either a celebration or a bit of a mope, let it end there. Let it end with the final whistle. Do not become a nightmare to live with just because some men on a field far away didn't kick the ball between the white posts as often as you would like them to, or didn't dot the ball down behind the white try line as often as you would like them to, or there a few refereeing decisions went against you. Now, let's keep things in perspective here. I'm absolutely appalled when I hear news like the domestic violence rate increases in England every Saturday afternoon after 5 o'clock. That's when most of the football games end. And when a person's team has lost, they take it out on the loved ones who are trapped, imprisoned with you in a house. You're a coward if you do something like that. It's a game. It doesn't really matter. And I know some people don't like to hear that because sometimes some of the football here in England can be almost tribal warfare. Well, we need to get a little bit beyond that now, because I'll tell you what's warfare. The cowardly things that are being perpetrated against the Ukrainians right now, that's warfare. That's war. The refugee crises in Africa, right across Europe, that's a crisis. That's real stuff right there. Starvation, that's a real stuff. Domestic violence, that's real stuff. All sorts of atrocities being perpetrated against the LGBTQ plus community, not acceptable. That's a crisis. I think there are some very real and some very strong things that are going on in this world right now that needs our attention. Racism needs our attention. Endemic and systemic racism has got to be tackled at every level of society. That's important. I wonder what the world would look like if we applied as much energy to crises like racism, homophobia, xenophobia, wars, refugee crises, if we applied as much energy to that as we do to our football team, rugby team, cricket team winning or losing. Because I think we're misapplying our energies, we're misapplying our outrage. And I think the world will be a better place if we actually keep the main thing. Keep sport where it belongs. It's an entertainment, and sometimes it goes against us. I choose to have a fantastic day today, in spite of the fact that two of my teams, one has already lost and one's about to. That's just how it works. My football team, well, let's see how that goes. I am a lifetime Wolverhampton Wanderers supporter, a Wolves supporter. Let's see how that goes. My other team, Norwich, because that's where I live, let's see how they do this week. But the result is not going to determine my mood. My question for you is, when your team loses, are you still fun to live with? Do people have to scatter away from you because you become like a toddler having a tantrum just because your team lost a game? Let's keep the main thing, and always be fun to live with, and always Be somebody that everybody feels safe around at all times. Just a few thoughts for you, and I'll catch you again soon.